that's one of the things that's made this nation so great. It's because this nation was founded on the belief that God is supreme and He has great things in store for each and every one of us. And we're excited here to have our police department here, our COP team, and they're just amazing officers, and I want to introduce them later. I don't want to give too much away, but we coalition with the ACE. It's called the ACE Coalition. It's Apartment Community Empowerment Program, and it's really about making sure that the neighborhood is safe, and that's what's on their heart. We partnered together to do special things, and I tell you what, it's been a great opportunity to be able to meet Sergeant Williams and Officer McDonald. And I tell you what, these are two men that have such great character that, you know, every time I see them, there's a smile on their face. Officer McDonald loves kids. He's always messing with the kids and giving them stickers and playing with them and messing with them, and I love it. It's one of those things that, friends, we have to get past some of the things that are trying to be stirred up in our nation. And so what we're going to do is we're going to be talking about some key things tonight. I'm going to give a short message. I know this is our Wednesday night, but really it's about anti-bullying, it's about gang violence, and it's about social violence. And these are some things that are challenging our cities around America, but also even in Las Vegas. But one thing we will not tolerate, and we're trying to do some proactive measures to keep our city, Las Vegas, from entering into a place where we're encouraging or allowing, if I might just say that a lawlessness. See, unfortunately, we see that there's other places around our nation that are becoming lawlessness and starting to try to rise up. But we're trying to be proactive by joining forces with our police department and trying to make things safe in our city, trying to make sure that we have safe homes to live in, safe neighborhoods to be in. We have schools that our kids can go to that are safe. We have love that we can share and be there for one another. Just like we're here for you, they're here for us every day, day in, day out. And you know, how many people here have some needs? Yeah. And you know, is any of those financial needs? Yeah. Well, I got to tell you something. We've got 10,000 pounds of fresh produce that we're going to be giving away, and we want you to take as much as you can carry here later on tonight. After this is over, we want to bless you with all the fresh produce that you can carry home. And you know, I don't mind if you take enough to give to your neighbors, because you know what? They're important too. Amen? She's got some announcements that she's going to do, and then of course we're going to receive a little offering as we do every service. If you want to give, please give. But know that if you're a guest here, you're our guest, and we want you to know it's not mandatory. But if you feel that, please do so. But if not, no problem, because God provides. Amen. All right, and we're going to have some food in just a little bit and have a good time, a fellowship, and then we're going to get right into it. Amen? Honor our children, and we teach them good moral character, as we teach them the difference between right and wrong, as we talk to them about choices and how choices have consequences. Good choices, good consequences. Bad choices, bad consequences, right? But those are things that are important to teaching our kids to grow and to grow with an attitude, not only of gratitude, but with an attitude of being happy and feeling like life has got something for them, and there's going to be things that they're going to be able to do. We also know that honoring our wives and our women are so important and vital, because hey, they're the nurturers of our society. And so we have to see it's all about honoring our women, and honoring our wives is so very important, and how we treat them and how we prefer them is just as important. Amen. But also, we have to honor God. Amen. You know, God is worthy of honor. Yes. And the more that we honor Him, the more that we're going to want to be more like Him. And He is full of love and compassion. He is full of wanting to help us to get past where we are to where we're called to be. He is wanting to lift us up. He is wanting to get us into a place of happiness and joy and peace and help us to be more long-suffering with one another. Amen. Gentle and kind, as we know that those are some of the fruits of the Spirit. But I heard a quote once. It says, how does evil increase? Well, it's when good, honorable women and men do or say nothing. See, it's when people that are good by nature, good by their beliefs, good by what they believe in, what they do, and they say and do nothing. Amen. Yes. That's how evil increases. We have to be a voice. We have to be a vehicle in which good can increase. And that's why we're here today, and I believe that you're here today, is because we want to see things change in our city, in our nation. Amen? We want to see things start to turn the corner. We had 2 shootings today, just today. And this is what we declare a season of peace. Well, right now we're coming against that violence. We're coming against the things that cause people to want to do things they shouldn't be doing. You know, Martin Luther King Jr. said this: our lives begin to end the day that we become silent about things that matter. Amen. These are things that matter. How your neighbors are doing, how the kids, how our children are doing, how families are doing. Those things are important. Those things matter. Yes. You know, that's one of the reasons why every week we give away thousands of pounds of food every week. Right here, to needy families. If you have a need, and you know what, maybe your need is not food because you buy food and you got food in your refrigerator, but maybe you're behind on your car payment, maybe you're behind on your rent. Well, then you can come here because we teach reallocation, and you can get free food, and we just ask you to do one thing: go do something good with it. Go pay down your bills so your family can be happy, so you can be happy, so things can start to change in your life. You know, one of the things that we really believe is that we all can do something for someone. Amen. We all can make a difference in our society by making great choices to choose to help one another, to honor one another, to respect one another. Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Amen. And hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. Amen. Obviously, we see some things that, yeah, come on, give the Lord a hand clap. So today, we're here, and I just got to say this, today we're here to be proactive, that we don't want to see the violence that's going on in other cities. Now, do people make mistakes? Absolutely. Do I believe that there's a possibility that some officers in different areas might make mistakes? Could be. But this I do know. I work with these men and women on a regular basis, and there are some of the most honorable people, some of those kind, respectful people that I have ever met. And it's a privilege and an honor to be able to work together with them to help our city and help the families in the community to be able to come and be set free from some of the fears and some of the worries and some of the challenges that they face on a daily basis. So right now, if you can give a warm, honorable welcome, stand up as we honor and we bring forward Officer McDonald. Come on up. I was almost going to give you this big mic, but you know. I can do the big mic. You want to do the big mic? I can do it.
Well, I appreciate it. You guys, it makes me feel like I'm an MVP or something. I guess you guys, I was going to ask how's everybody doing tonight, because you guys just showed me how well you guys are doing tonight. I just want to tell you, I'm honored to be here. I really am. When they had this season of peace come about, and it was really short, they just said, hey, we're doing it next week, type of deal. I was like, wow, what are we going to do? And I'm one of those people that made me like, okay, what do we do step by step by step? But you know what? I know this is all going to work together because we all have the same goal. We want to stop this violence in this town, in the nation. I mean, if you see everything going on back east and you know, just all these riots and stuff, man, I look at my town because I was born and raised here. I love this town. That's my city. kid. I hadn't really lost too much, but I was one of those kids. And as I got into high school, got into athletics, I started becoming an all-star, wrestler and everything else, and I started protecting the bullies. So I kind of know that realm of how getting bullied and standing up for bullies, and I think that's what the Lord put me here to do, was to protect people. So that's why I chose this job. That's why I'm honored to do this job. And I'm very proud to wear this badge saying that I'm here to protect everybody. And Pastor Holland, he works so well. We work together with the ACE Coalition, and we call each other a lot, weekly almost, talking about stuff. And so when he started saying, hey, can you talk about bullying, gang violence, social media, I said, perfect, because I just want to let you know my sergeant is one of the best at it in our department. He was in jail, he was in the gang unit, and so he has the knowledge. There's nobody in our department that has the knowledge as my sergeant. So I'm actually honored for him to come teach us things tonight. So with that, this epidemic is getting spread everywhere, this bullying and stuff. So with that, I'm going to show you guys a video, and I'll let you guys keep going here.
When I walk into a room, and when I was teaching 5th graders, I asked, hey, have you ever been bullied? You should see the hands fly up like kites in the air. And then I say, you know what? I've been bullied too. We all have been bullied in some sort of way. And when they say you're alone, you're not alone when you have God in your heart. That helps me make good decisions when I'm out there on the streets. I've been doing this for 20 years. 20 years. But I can tell you I'm here because I'm passionate and I care. I care about our youth. When I look out here now and I see the youth in the audience, I say, you know what? You're truly our future. You're the next person that's going to be wearing what I have on. You're going to be the next pastor up here. Yes. Spitting the word out to everybody, letting them know God is good. All the time. Our bullying got so bad, that the President of the United States had to actually do a piece on it. President Obama said, see your pastors, see your counselors. I'm telling you, there's a lot of people in here, there's bullying that goes on in the workplace. It doesn't matter how old you are, how young you are, bullying happens everywhere. It happens in my place of work. It does. I can say that. It happens everywhere, but the important part is that you have to stand up and be strong and have the courage to stand up for that person being bullied. Yes. I want to show you guys some pictures here. This is something that really touches me every time I teach bullying, anywhere I go. Why us? What did we do to you? Take a look at these faces that are coming up on the screen. I'm going to ask you what they all have in common. What do you think they all have in common? They were bullied. They were bullied and they took their lives. Yeah. If I could talk to those faces up there, I would tell them right now, can I trade places with you? That's what ultimate sacrifice is all about, is I'm willing to lay my life down so they can have a future. They didn't get an opportunity to have a future because no one stood up and said, I got you. Think about that. They will never be able to sit or graduate, drive a car, go to prom, have kids. They're gone because of bullying. And everyone goes, well, what are we doing about that as a society? Are they breaking the law? You think bullying is a crime? Anybody? Oh, yes it is. Bullying is a crime. Well, the Nevada criminal and traffic law manual, this is what it says, NRS, when it comes to bullying. Bullying and this is actually right out of the book. Bullying as a willful act or course or conduct on the part of one or more pupils which is not authorized by law. Well, I can tell you, our sheriff doesn't authorize that by law. We don't authorize this. Well, which exposes a pupil repeatedly and over time to one or more negative actions, which is highly offensive. Think about this. The things that our kids say to one another today, we would never think about saying. But it's affecting them. Well, to a reasonable person, now everyone in this room is reasonable. A reasonable person. So if it offends you, that's pretty reasonable. And it says that it says intended to cause or actually causes the pupil to suffer harm or serious emotional distress. We got kids going home cutting themselves. Is that causing some serious emotional distress? You better believe it. When the pain is so overcoming that you have to go someplace and start cutting yourself because you cannot express or tell someone what you're going through. Parents, I'm telling you, I'm getting ready to open your eyes in here. Because just because you see that kid coming in every day, doing their homework, getting those good grades, you got to dig deep. Because behind all that, there could be some deep pain. But this is what the Nevada Revised Statute defines bullying as. Well, we talk about bullying and harassment. This is what they actually put into place. Prohibits pupils and school employees. Oh, so it just doesn't apply to our kids. It applies to the school employees and officials from engaging in bullying. Do you think this happens sometimes?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Listen, our educators are the best. But they're people. And we are not all perfect. I'm not perfect. So I'm going to tell you it can't happen. They're under a lot of distress. Have you guys walked into a middle school lately? Have you walked into a middle school lately? No. I can tell you, you go in there, these kids have lost respect for our educators. Our educators should be held way up high. God does not care. I'm telling you. Amen. I'm telling you. He does not care. He will love you no matter what. And guess what? If that guy that you maybe like doesn't like you, guess what? I got God. Don't worry about that. Cyberbullying has increased in the recent years. Well, here it is. Cyberbullying as a bullying through the means of electronic communication. Electronic communication defined as any written, verbal, pictorial information, telephone, cellular phone, computer, any other. I just don't know another way to say it. It's done through all these electronic devices. Listen, I make my kids put their phone on the ledge at bedtime, and they teens. I pay that bill. Okay? When they get a job and they want to pay that phone bill, then they can tell you where they want to plug it in and take it out. That's right. Otherwise, I'll set it on the counter. This is real. I tell you, when I come into some ways, I'm giving you the real deal. You the parent, they the kids. And guess what? If they don't want to listen to what I know parents say, well, hey, if I spank them or ground them, they're going to call the police. Don't let me show up at your house. Don't let me show up at your house. Because I'm going to say, when I'm done, suspend them some more time. Ground them some more. Hey, I'm from the old school. Okay? Listen, we urge you to call. You got a kid that wants to be knucklehead and don't want to listen? Call me. Call me. They gonna wish they was with you. It's the truth. Well, listen, I know this is a very touchy subject. We talk about sexting. Listen, bad news. We got kids, we got young girls and then sending it to that guy. Hey, look, I'm gonna stand in the mirror, I'm gonna take a selfie. But guess what? They're not wearing stuff. Oh no. Let me tell you something. It's very disheartening, but here's the problem that most people don't realize. That's a crime. And guess what? Once you send that picture, you can't get it what? Can't get it back. Well, here it is. Sexting in the state of Nevada can result in felony charges. Here it is, including indecency with a child, and creating, possessing, and distributing child pornography. Let me tell you something. Young boys in here, young men. Say someone takes a picture, and they send it to you, and you have it on your phone, and we get a hold of it, and that child is a minor. You may have to register as a sex offender. Okay? Because that is child pornography. You're not allowed to have naked pictures of young people on your phone. Okay? This is serious. And when I go into middle schools and high school, most people are like, that's a crime? Yeah, it's a crime. Listen, you take that picture and you send it, it's gone forever. You can't get it back. Some gang stuff. But I do want to read this. Words. They can have so much power yet be so simple at the same time. The funny thing about them is they're powerless until we put power behind them. By intent or act. Think about this. We can use them to hurt or to help. Many people put truth behind their words, others put lies. Be careful of the power that you put behind your words. Because in this world, intention is everything. Okay?
Come on, you give it up. Somebody Williams, thank you. These are just two of the women that we have the honor to be able to work around and work with every month. And you know, it's one of those things. They're willing to make a difference. Can you guys tell he cares? Yeah. And you know what? He's got a direct line to the big man. And just like we do, right? So tonight we're gonna final up this. We're gonna change a few little things, but I want to tell you these are free. These are pamphlets that play by the rules. It's all about educating yourself and your kids, so they don't have to go through some of the things that we've seen him talking about here today. There's Spanish ones over here and English ones over here. They're free. Come and help yourself. Take them with you. Also, our leaders are going to be released to go get the food ready. But right now, I want to ask you a question. Did y'all learn something here tonight? Are our future and they're our hope. And I love what he was talking about. It's time to make sure that we're doing our part, that we're part of their lives, and we're interacting with them in their lives, and we're paying attention to what's important to them, because those are telltale signs, and those are things that we can really look to find out what's truly going on with our kids. We don't want any of our kids to be one of those statistic kids. Those kids look like normal kids. I thought they were just kids being bullied. I didn't have no idea that they took their lives. Right. So I want to encourage you as parents, as grandparents, aunts, uncles. This is a time that we got to pray more than we've ever prayed before. Amen. This is a time that we've got to cry out to God to restore America back to God. Amen. This is a time that we've got to believe that it's time to partner up together as family and be able to bring our kids to church, be able to teach our kids between right and wrong, about the Lord and about the ways of God. It's all in the Bible, the Bible, basic instruction before leaving earth. Amen. Come on. Amen? Amen. So I want to just close with this. If you want to make a difference in your life, in your family's life, in your neighborhood's life, I just want you to stand up. room. Thank you, everybody.
All my brothers standing on the front line, trying to provide for your family. All my sisters raising those babies by yourself. This one's for you. God sees you.
I look in your